Welcome back, kin folks, to another episode of Crooked and Cracked Logs. I guess they just do that. This thing cracked over like 3 or 4 days. Oh, it don't matter. Rustic log cabin, they crack, right? All that being said, I did have that raggedy thing with a colored pencil. Went to Harbor Freight and got a 6-inch compass divider. That looks a little better than this dollar store thing. These is the things I got, and that's the log I'm trying to learn how to saddle notch. You know what I'm talking about? It's a 1x4s for some makeshift log dogs. All that being said, I guess I need to get y'all set up. I'm gonna try to scribe these logs the best I can, and then figure out how it's gonna set on the. I have to cut around the termite pads and see how it's gonna do on that center block. Yep, it's always something, but it'll be alright. Huh, Ross? We got grass over here to mow. About $15 worth of gas money. All that being said, let me try this out. I guess first thing we need to get these stickers on there. I guess is what they call them nowadays. Stickers on there. Or at least one, huh? We gotta lift that in to get the log as level as we can. Guess we need a sticker this one. Yeah. I guess that's about as level as you gonna get it. With all them bumps and it's curved and you don't know. Wish it didn't have this curve spot up. Right in there. Oh well. Oh, 4 inches. Oh, way too many inches. we need to put our 2x in there. About 6. So many things. I think we might be good to mark. See, this is the stuff everybody don't show you. You got to get your measurements on the end right. And from that end, make sure it doesn't move. Wedge this up so it's almost level. You can't tell. So many dips and dives. But I don't think you want that on the bottom or on the inside. You just have to flatten it with the chainsaw in there best you can. That's a fatter too. Yeah, all that stuff takes a while. Like I was saying, it's hard to choose which way you want the log when they're crooked and bumpy. It's pretty straight this way though. I think that'll be fine. And about as level as you can get it, depending on where you put your level at. See what I mean? You put it on there and it's way up. And then it's good. Good. Alright, let's see what this scribe tool, the one I ordered off of Amazon never came in. It got lost in the mail, so had the one with the levels so you could keep it level. But I'm just gonna have to do the best I can and then mark the sides with the torpedo level so they stay snug up against the log. You're supposed to measure from there to the bottom of your log, and that's the measurement you're trying to fill, but that might be more than 50%. So I'm going to go down to that end and go about a little more than half up, and that'll be my measurement. And then I'll come down here and mark this, if that makes sense. So inconsistent unless you got that $100 scribe tool. I'm hoping that'll give me kind of a reference of what to go to. Because 'Cause this little thing just goes into every tick on the log, and then you get scribbly line. I'll show you. That's why I was making the level marks, so maybe. See, squiggly lines. And then that, I just held it on top and went back and forth. So at least the top radius is good. Hopefully them level marks I made, I'll just connect the dots once I get it flipped over. No wonder people just sling these things up. Ain't nobody got time for that. Time for a barbecue, big old ribeye steak or something. Woo! 20 minutes, 25 minutes just to get her set up, marked. You don't even know if it's marked out right or not. You know what I'm talking about? Get this thing off there and roll it over. Connecting two blue lines we made with the level. Good boy. Good boy, all right. He didn't run off or something. All right. The boys got the zoomies again. Oh, man. You done messed my shoestring up. Y'all see what right did in my shoestring? Dang. Can't have nothing, right? What's wrong with you? You know, there's like 27 people watching this. They're gonna be like, what happened to that boy's shoestring? He's slow as hell over there. Getting over there right before dark. Well, that's what happens when you go to town. I guess that's all y'all gonna get out of me today. I ain't gonna cut this in the dark. I can barely see the lines. I'll come over here tomorrow. At least I got an idea of what I'm doing now. Crooked logs on some bumpy stuff. Alright, Ken folks. Back over here at the homestead. A little windy today, but we got some daylight anyway. Actually see what's going on. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, it's a deep notch, but I'm trying to get it down to the blocks so I can make a little flat spot for the center block to sit on. And yeah, that is a good way of checking it. Just get you a roll of like $3 silver solder. Bend it around that log. And then you could just trace it on there. It lines up pretty good. It's a good idea, actually. If you couldn't afford $100 pair of scribes like I can't, you get them dividers and just mark the top. That's all I did, was like swing it and then leveled this up. Made a mark right there where it was level from the log up. All that being said, I'll probably use that on the front instead of getting all them squiggly lines and having to remark it all. Squigglies. You know, thing catches all the cracks in the log, makes little tick marks. I just straightened it up and then I colored it red right there. Now I need to take the chisel and go all the way around the perimeter of your knots so this don't split out, and it'll give you like a guideline. And if it does split out, it just knocks it to your line, so it makes it pretty convenient. I've done some of this in beam work, $1 million homes, putting beams in there. These beams came from an 18th century wine barn. Would you put them in my house, please? Yeah. Now you can put them in my house. Wind is kicking today, huh? I feel good. Ain't good for audio though. Yeah. Tell them Kim folks. Logs cracked out. Look at this thing. This crack wasn't there when I put it on there. Oh well, this thing ain't going nowhere. No matter how many cracks it gets in it. I just wish it wouldn't crack out so bad. Let me get the saw started and get the whittling on this stick. Take you about 35 minutes to get to that saddle knot. Could just button it past, be halfway done already. You know what I mean? 4 months you start doing saddle notches this time to rain, I guess. God dang. Hold on, let me get my winders rolled up over yonder. Yeah, I figured it'd rain long enough just to get everything nice and wet. Looks pretty good. It's still chunked out right there a little bit, even though I scored it. I don't know. I need a smaller chainsaw to be doing all this, honestly. 20-inch bar with a 325 full chisel chain. Just rip it out of there. Gotcha. Y'all get the idea. I'm gonna finish this up. I might start on the other one. It ain't gonna stop raining, it looks like. Dang, that's a lot of work, huh? Wherever I should be playing with him. Now that looks decent. Wish I would have had a multi-tool. I could just run it on the sides. But like I said, once it gets a shitload of weight on it, this is gonna come on down, I assure you. Only part I don't like, where it rolled and the saw gouged it out right there. But the whole log needs a twist. It might be that center block. Need a notch. Make a little flat spot right here for that block to sit on. It could be better. Not bad for a first saddle notch. Better than Buttonman Pass, I would assume. Looks good depending on where you look at it. All that being said, darkness is coming already. I'm gonna do my best to try to get over here early tomorrow. I gotta cover that logs up because I took the plastic off to put it underneath there. Right. What you think about them damn saddle notches? Look pretty good for a beginner. Here we go, kinfolks. I got rained out. But this is how far I got anyway. Rock said, yep, look pretty good. Still needs to come down some. And I need a mark and make a little flat spot right there for that center block. No, y'all look like one of them workout type hipster. the only thing I don't like. It leaves some dents in your log. Yeah, it looks like if I just take out a little bit. And then notch it where it ain't hitting that center block, it should go down some more. Them some big notches. These two, or these four, will be the biggest ones. All the rest of them shouldn't take as long. Look at this here. Big gap saddle notch. Man, this is going to take forever. Hopefully the other ones won't take as long, not being as deep. Camera keeps shutting off. The SD card was full. I had to delete a couple things so I could keep going. Might roll it over and make a flat spot, or at least make sure there ain't no nodules where the floor is gonna lag bolt to it. Anyways, got my measuring stick shoved in there. My dang foot hurts kicking that log over, but there we go. I need to square this up a little bit. I'm going to just square this end off so I can get a proper measurement, get it lined up where we need it. I know if it ain't one thing, it's five others. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody.